My views on pay-per-view is if the fight is big enough and the only reason that fight can happen is if pay-per-view is involved, then it's put forward to the powers that be to decide whether it's pay-per-view worthy. If I had it my way, it wouldn't be pay-per-view because you want to maximise your audience. But unfortunately, financially, the only way these fights can happen is via the pay-per-view model. Could I have done this fight without pay-per-view? Possibly. Could I have done it with the card that I'm producing and going to produce? The answer is no. If you look at the purses for the card that's about to transpire, it's impossible to do that on a normal rights
Why
fee.
do you have to do that though?
Because I want to put on a huge night of boxing. Yeah. I've got a lot of fighters that I want to put in big, meaningful fights, and I want to do a huge night of British boxing. Is Groves against Dudley in a 50-50? Absolutely not. Is the Gale Paragon a 50-50 fight? No. Is Michael Sprott versus Joshua a 50-50 fight? No. Going back to Adam Booth's argument, who said, I think something along the lines of every one of those fights could top its own bill, and they could be individual Saturday night fight nights. Or what, over 6 months?
Would boxing fans rather see the show on the 22nd over a period of 4 weeks where they get, that would be nice because we go some weeks where we get Channel 5, Box Nation and Sky all on the same night, and the following weekend there's nothing.
Golovkin, unbelievable freakish power at middleweight. Has he got the same power at super middleweight? Carl's got a granite chin. I mean, you know, that's a fight that could happen middle back end of next year. And it would be a huge, huge fight. If Golovkin's going to fight anyone from the UK, I think the #1 choice would be Murray because I think his options are limited. And I think that the other one is Froch. I think Froch would fight Golovkin next. McCracken likes the Golovkin fight. I don't think, funnily enough, Golovkin is overly keen. His team on the Froch fight, I think it's a great fight. Golovkin's got to fight people with granite chins. Froch has got one and it's 168, it's a different ballgame. I don't think it's going to happen. And as much as I don't want to dishearten fans, you've got a simple question to ask yourself. Do you want to fight James DeGale or Mikhail Kessler for that much money? Or do you want to fight Gennady Golovkin for that much money? I think Carl Frampton will knock Scott Quigg out. I'm going to say that I'm the promoter, but that's what we believe, that's what the team believes, and there's only one way to find out. I want a rematch clause? Yeah. If he beats Scott Quigg, which ain't going to happen, we'll go over to Belfast and do it again. Great news. If you can beat Scott Quigg, which I don't believe you can. You know, I spoke to Joe Gallagher, they don't want to fight Carl Frampton. But some things that have been said, like, you know, you must never burn your bridges in this business. Barry McGuinn says, oh, we'll offer him $500,000. Oh, fucking big deal for Leo Santa Cruz. I rate he's gagging to go to Belfast for $500,000. Not. Carl Frampton doesn't bring anything to the table for an opponent. Scott Quigg does, he's got a belt. Scott Quigg's got to realise he's a great fighter and a lovely bloke. This is the star of the super bantamweight division right now. He sells out arenas, he's boxing on Sky time and time again, live all around the world, and he's putting in the devastating performances, and he's boxing every couple of months. Scott Quigg needs Carl Frampton, that's the difference. Greed is a killer, and there's people out there who are greedy, and once you become greedy, you're finished. You've got to be thankful for what you got. You've got to be thankful for the demand and the support. And that's something that my old man's always taught me. Don't be greedy around a pound note, because it will come back and bite you in the arse.